Well, this Saturday sees the running of the $3.5 million Golden Slipper Stakes. At Rose Hill, it's the world's richest two-year-old event. And one former top jockey, Kevin Langby, certainly knows what it takes to win such a prestigious event. Kevin was fortunate to be aboard John's Hope in 1972, Hart's Hill in 1974 and Toy Show in 1975. And barring a nasty fall at the 600 metres in the 73 slipper aboard Imogil, the 9-4 favourite, Kevin would have equalled the record held by Ron Quinton and Shane Dye with 4 wins in the slipper. Well, Kevin, it's hard to believe it's 46 years this Saturday since you first won the slipper on John's Hope.
Gee, time gets away, doesn't it? I didn't think that.
Yes, indeed. Kevin, you've got 3 winners to your name in the slipper. Were you confident in all 3 wins?
Yeah, more or less I was. Yeah, I was probably more confident at a whole lot of them with Toy Show. But yeah, we was pretty confident right throughout the 3 of them.
Of course, you could have added another one and equalled the record of 4 wins with Ron Quinton and Shane Dye, but unfortunately you came to grief at the 600 metres, won in Imogil in the 73 slipper.
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing. That's the first time I ever booked to go out the night up, after the races. We booked a part of the restaurant out and of course no one turned up. I was in Parramatta Hospital. Yeah, but that's racing.
Do you remember much about the fall?
Not a great deal. The only time I ever seen anything of it was I was with Brian Keegan. We was on P&O and he used to show a lot of the videos and things like that, and he said to me, "I've got one that's here to surprise you." So that was the first time I seen the actual fall. So it was a bit of a shock.
It would have been.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you were unconscious for a couple of days, weren't you?
Regained conscious on the Sunday, Parramatta Hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, so all I knew, well, I didn't actually know, but I didn't see any trouble up in front, but yeah, then I found I got hit from behind,
yeah.
Turned Imogil side on.
And Taunton went on to win the slipper.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, it's, and I think Higgins kept saying that Tottenham still would have won if Imogil stood up, but I can't see that. I'm winning the week before by 4 lengths, so I don't think he would have improved that much.
Of course, Imogil turned out to be a pretty resilient horse because suffered a few injuries in that race.
He broke 4 ribs, and then he came back and won the lead-ups and won the 2 guineas and then the Derby.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good effort.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Kevin, the race on Saturday is worth $3.5 million all up, $2 million to the winner. John Wade told me in '77 when he won it on Luskin Star it was worth $75,000. What was it worth when you won it?
Well, I think the whole race was worth $100,000, so that probably still works out about the $75,000, I would presume. Pittance now, isn't it?
It is a bit, and so it certainly it didn't have the hype that it has these days when you rode it.
No, even though it was still the top 2-year-old race, but yeah, the money wasn't involved. Well, a lot of those races, the money wasn't the same as these days, of course.
No.
But it was still great to get one.
Since your last win on Toy Show, who has impressed you of slipper winners that you've seen since?
Yeah, probably Luskin Scar and Seapoy.
Because Luskin Star certainly beat a pretty handy field the year that he
yeah, and he just dominated. I never seen a horse turn a foot like him when he didn't go at the 100-metre post.
What is it do you think about TJ Smith in those days? What do you think his trick was?
Just had a bone and muscle, just fitness, and you ping the barriers and you up on the pace, you're out of trouble, and that was the main thing. Well, most of his horses, you're always up out of trouble, get the odd one to get back a bit, but you're not getting any backwash or things like that, so yeah, I think that's the main game of it.
Yeah.
And even though I won 3 and I think 2 of them drawn out wide, so, but you just had that turn of foot out the gates, so you can win from the outside. I will say these days it makes it a bit difficult, but you can get away with it.
Yep. So if you had your pick of slipper rides this Saturday, which one would you like to be on?
Probably Saturday, but I just read in the paper this morning, depending on the weather, so, well, you can't do anything about the weather.
No, that's it.
So Tony doesn't seem too sure whether she handled it or not, never been on it, where I think Graham Beck's horse has been on the wet tracks. If it rains, well, you might just go the other way, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, you're in the lap of the God's day with the barrier, whether you draw there, and also with as you say, the track conditions, because you can never know what happens. Some of these horses have never even seen a wet track. So.
No, that's right. Yes, who knows it? She might still handle it.
She could very well
do. So it'd be nice to change. All of a sudden she comes out and Now it makes a make of everybody, doesn't it?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who is riding in that big race on Saturday for the first time?
Just treat it as another race, which is probably hard to do, but that's all it is. Nothing changes, is the name, but yeah, so don't get too concerned and eager about it, because I think you start getting over eager, you might start making a mistake, but just treat it as another race. Don't worry about the title.
Thanks for your time, Kevin.
That's alright, no worries.
Well, that were the thoughts of former top jockey Kevin Langby, 3 times winner of the Golden Slipper Stakes. But we wish all connections of all 16 runners in this weekend's Longines Golden Slipper Stakes the very best of luck, and happy punting to everyone else getting out there at Rose Hill this weekend.